Hey everybody, welcome to Off Grid with Brad and Kelly. I'm Brad.
I'm Kelly.
And we were out here digging the holes for the stilts for our tiny home. As we were digging the holes, or redigging them rather, because as you guys know, the auger doesn't always drill a straight hole.
No, and rain has brought in some dirt.
Filled in some of them, and
Yep.
it's just us with Daniel, and so it takes a little bit of time. But as we were digging, we looked down and we saw sparks. So that immediately told me that we have flint in the ground. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what flint is a broad classification by geologists of chert. It's really in the quartz family, and it's mixed with a whole bunch of different inclusions. And you guys that are our Patreon members will know this, that it's the inclusions in flint, which are basically the impurities that give it its classification. And it really gives it its hardness and its color. So really anything over a 7 in the quartz family is considered chert, and it's flint. That flint means that you can strike it with steel that has iron in it, like the back of a knife, or a steel from a flint and steel, or the back of a file, and you're going to get a spark.
Yep.
Now, of course, what do you do with that spark after it? That's when a part of your kit really comes into play. Everybody on the homestead, everybody in survival and preparedness should really have a flint and steel kit. That should include a metal tin.
Right.
Inside of that metal tin, what do you want to have in it?
The steel and char cloth.
Okay, perfect, char cloth. So we're going to make a video soon on how to make the perfect char cloth. But today I want to show you exactly what we found in the ground. So this is the flint that we found in the ground, and we found it just like this. You could barely tell that it was anything different than just another rock. As we were digging down into the ground, the shovel was striking against it here and throwing some of those sparks. And you can see the plane that it broke on right there. The inclusions inside are what's giving you the color. We have some mica. If you can see it right there, mica has a real shimmery, shiny, very flat look to it. But these colors are inclusions or minerals that are present inside of the quartz. So what you need to do with this is then have a steel. Now you can use the steel just like the back of your knife right here, and you're going to continue to get spark. As you can see, I've used it pretty readily. You can also use a steel from a flint and steel. This is my preferred method because a flint and steel is going to allow you to have a guard against your hand, because this flint, and there are certainly other kinds of flint that are very, very sharp when broken away. And it's also going to give you some control over the action, over exactly what you're doing. So I'm going to turn the camera down here a little bit on the brightness and see if you can see the sparks. Also, like we said before, you're going to want to pair this with a piece of char cloth. Now, this char cloth we made from an old rag that had just seen hundreds of better days, and we made this here. It's pretty loose, but it's still going to do the job exactly what it's supposed to do and be able to catch the smallest of sparks, which will then turn into a flame. And then I'm going to show you another method. As you have flint, you are going to need two other things. You're going to need steel, which the flint is going to create hot, molten little drops of steel, and that's your spark. And you're going to need a char cloth to catch it with. We'll do another video on how to make char cloth. It does have a little bit of its own science, and I have some recommendations. You can either put your char cloth on top of your flint, or you can put it underneath. If you put it underneath, you do have to worry that you're going to strike your char cloth over and over again, deteriorating it, but it will allow you to catch the spark. Depending on the type of flint that you have, the spark might jump to the top. So just keep an eye on it and do really whatever works for you. I'm going to do it a couple of ways and see what I can do to get this flame started. Okay, there we go. So you see it caught right on there. And then what you can do with this, now that you have a spark caught there, is you can transfer this over to another piece of charcoal. And this piece of charcoal is going to let you keep that flame even longer. So just apply it there. Give it some oxygen. And then now you have two pieces of flame, two sources of ignition that you can take with you and you can take to a tinder bundle and get started. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got my tinder bundle here. Everybody knows a tinder bundle is just your thin pieces of dried grass or other fluffy ignition sources. What that's going to do is it's lighter, it's more physically able to take a flame. So you can see my char cloth smoldering there, put my charcoal on top, and let's just blow this into a flame. Now we're going to take this and we're going to go ahead and put it on our teepee so that we can get this fire started and keep these mosquitoes away.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can explore your property, your area, and maybe identify some flint of your own. It was pretty exciting, unexpected for us to find that.
Especially since we come from Florida. We were born and raised in Florida.
Yes.
So the only thing you're finding when you dig down is sand, dirt, and then water.
Yes, yes. So, not any rocks like here.
Yes. So around here we have rose quartz. We have some iron. We have a couple of other deposits, which is really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And you can really get that feel that during the frontier days and during, you know, times past, you were literally, if you were, you know, if you had the schooling, if you had the intelligence to know what you had in your hand, you could really tell the difference between what kind of rocks that you have. And in the case of flint like this, in many cases it could mean the difference between life and death, because you had to keep the fire going, you had to purify your water, you had to cook your food. So
and that's a great way to be able to start your own fire.
That's right. So thank you guys for coming along with us. If you found flint naturally, please let us know. If you found it in your ground, please let us know.
Yes.
We'd love to see pictures. Feel free to email us offgridwithbradandkelly@gmail.com. We want to see all your pictures, all your videos.
Yes. And any ideas you have of future videos.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you guys for coming here with us. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that alert button so you get an alert when a new video comes out. And from Kelly and I to you and yours, stay safe and keep watch.